What's up guys, Caesar Madrazo here. I just wanted to make a quick video to explain how each of the Forestry events works, because I noticed a lot of people in-game saying that they just really don't understand the mechanics of the new Forestry events and they can't find a guide anywhere. So what I'm going to try to do is make this as simple as possible to understand. This first event that you see me doing here is the Pollination event. And all you're doing is, at first, running around looking for 2 bushes that can be pollinated. If you click on one and it says that there are no budding flowers or no flowers that can be pollinated, then you just know that's not one of the 2 that you're looking for. Out of all the bushes that you see on the ground, there will only ever be 2 at a time that can be pollinated, and when you do find the 2, you just keep clicking back and forth between those 2 bushes to pollinate them, like you see me doing here. I got kind of lucky here because the 2 bushes happen to be right next to each other, but it doesn't matter if they're right next to each other or if they're 20 spaces away from each other. You're just going to keep running back and forth, clicking those 2 bushes to pass pollen between the 2 of them to pollinate them. And eventually it'll say that the bushes started to bear fruit, at which point it'll be time to go to the next 2. So you see, this is me looking for another 2 bushes that I can pollinate. I found one, and then another one right here. So you see me again just clicking back and forth between these 2 bushes, and this is how you do it. One thing I will say here is that I do have Entity Hider on, and I highly recommend that you use Entity Hider if you're on RuneLite. It just makes it a lot easier to see everything. But yeah, this is how the pollination event works. I will say that one thing that's happening at the time that I make this video is that some of the events are bugged and you may not get a reward even if you did it perfectly. Just that's something that JagX is looking to try to fix at the time that I'm making this video. But I'm not here to talk about that. I'm just here to explain how the event actually works. So yeah, that's the Pollination event, which seems to be the one that confuses most people. So anyway, let me explain how the other events work as well. So the next event that I'll explain is the Mulch event, and for this, what you're trying to create is the right kind of mulch for the sapling, the best kind of mulch for the sapling. There are 5 piles of ingredients on the ground. You've got mushrooms, rotted leaves, green leaves, droppings, and splitted bark. So what I'm trying to do is create the best mulch that I can, and the game will tell you if you did anything right involving the mulch. So you see it says there that it loved rotting leaves as my second ingredient, so now I'm always going to have rotting leaves as my second ingredient as I try other combinations. And okay, here it says that it loved splintered bark as my third combination, so now I'm trying to find what the first ingredient should be. I know it should be something, then rotted leaves, then splintered bark. So I'm just trying different combinations of mulch, but always having rotting leaves as my second ingredient and splintered bark as my third, since I know those 2 are already correct. And I'm just searching for the right combination here. I'm trying green leaves, then rotting leaves, then bark, and okay, still no luck. So now I'm going to try rotting leaves, and then rotting leaves again, and then splintered bark, and let's see if it likes this. Okay, so I got the notification that said that that was the perfect mulch. So now I'm just going to keep making that same mulch to feed the sapling. But this event was actually pretty quick. That was a pretty quick sapling event, but yeah, that's how it works. Hopefully that was clear. I know that was really fast, but yeah, you're just trying to find the correct ingredients and you're trying to find the correct order to put them in. Anyway, let me explain how the next event works. So the last event is actually everybody's favorite because it's the one that is currently not bugged at the time that I'm making this video. You're guaranteed to get the reward that you earned from this event, and that is the Roots event. It's also the easiest to understand because all you need to do is find the colored roots and chop them. So there are normal roots, and then there are roots with a little bit of green on them. So you just run to the roots that have a little bit of color on them, and you just chop them, and every single time that you get an XP drop, you'll get some anima bark. You can see I'm getting 6 to 7 anima barks per game tick, and anytime that the roots move, I just look for the roots with some color on them and just get back to chopping those roots. There's no penalty if you chop the normal roots, but you will get less bark from the normal roots than you would from the colored roots, so you should just cut the colored roots so that you can get that extra bark. And as I said, this is everybody's favorite so far because it's not bugged and it's really easy. So this one's pretty cut and dry, not that much that needs explaining, so yeah, just cut the colored roots. Anyway, I hope that this explanation for the 3 different forestry events helped you guys. If it did, go ahead and leave a like. If you're still confused about anything, then leave a comment and I'll try to explain it. But yeah, that's it guys. See ya.